Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Saturday, April 24, 2021. Al Jazeera report. Crew reaches space station on board recycled SpaceX capsule. 4 astronauts have arrived at the International Space Station, ISS, on board SpaceX's Crew Dragon capsule Endeavour, NASA said on Saturday, becoming the first crew to be sent into orbit by a rocket booster recycled from a previous spaceflight. The 3 men and 1 woman crew from the United States, Japan and France reached the ISS early on Saturday morning after a 23-hour journey. They reached the ISS in the same capsule used by SpaceX's debut crew last May.
Deutsche Welle report. Albanian president slams U.S. envoy for election interference. Albania and the United States have become embroiled in a diplomatic spat after the country's president accused Washington's ambassador of interfering in the general election set for Sunday. The president of the Balkan nation, Ilir Meta, claimed on live television that Ambassador Yuri Kim was backing incumbent Prime Minister, Edi Rama. Rama and Meta have long been bitter political rivals. He urged Kim to stop supporting Rama, who is violating the election, after warning that Albanians would take up their pitchforks if Rama tries to manipulate the results.
Al Jazeera report. Why Quo Vadis, Ida, deserves an Oscar. Quo Vadis, Ida. Jasmila Zabanik's gut-wrenching film about the 1995 genocide in Srebrenica, the endgame of the Bosnian War, is this year's Bosnian entry for the foreign feature category of the Academy Awards. Directed by Zabanik and produced by her small independent company Deblokada, the film is set to compete against the film industry's favorite, Another Round, a Danish comedy drama about male bonding, midlife crisis, and binge drinking.
Al Jazeera report. Lebanon launches first electric car despite economic crisis. A Lebanon-made electric car has made its debut, the first time the Mediterranean country has manufactured an automobile, despite struggling amid a dire economic crisis with frequent power cuts. The red sports car, named Quds Rise, using the Arabic name of Jerusalem, is the project of Lebanese-born Palestinian businessman Jihad Mohammed. It's the first automobile to be made locally, Mohammed told reporters on Saturday, at the unveiling in a parking lot south of Beirut.
BBC report. Biden says Armenian mass killing was genocide. The killings took place in the waning days of the Ottoman Empire, the forerunner of modern-day Turkey. But the issue is highly sensitive, with Turkey acknowledging atrocities but rejecting the term genocide. A U.S. official said the move was not meant to place blame on modern-day Turkey. However, Turkey's Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu immediately tweeted that his government would not take lessons from anyone on our history.
Fox report. Oil tanker off Syria coast on fire. Government says drone attack. Syria's oil ministry said a fire has erupted in a tanker on its coast after what it said was a suspected drone attack on Saturday. The official state news agency said the fire in the oil tanker outside Bania's refinery has been extinguished. The oil ministry said the fire started after a suspected drone attack that originated from the Lebanese territorial waters. It provided no further details and did not specify where the tanker was arriving from.
CNN report. No respite in India as country sets COVID-19 infection record for third straight day. India reported 346,786 new cases of COVID-19 on Saturday, the third day in a row the country has set a world record for infections during the coronavirus pandemic. According to government and scientific tallies, the related death toll for the previous 24 hours hit 2,624, also a daily record for India, for 189,544 total fatalities. The skyrocketing COVID-19 infections are devastating India's communities and hospitals.
Fox report. Tucker Carlson Originals tackles crime in Chicago, MS-13, and AR-15s in new investigative series. Tucker Carlson Originals, launched on Fox Nation Friday with a jaw-dropping episode, Chicago in Crisis, that showed how the left's policies have led to a crime spike in Chicago. The new series, exclusive to Fox Nation, features long-form investigative journalism on topics crucial to our country, but ignored by mainstream media. We still think it's possible to tell the truth on television, said host Tucker Carlson during the premiere of Tucker Carlson Originals on the Fox News Channel.
Deutsche Welle report. Belarus. Lukashenko seeks to empower son Viktor on succession. Alexander Lukashenko, the leader of Belarus, once dubbed Europe's last dictator, said on Saturday that he will change the law to make it easier to hand more power to a state body which includes his son. Tell me, if there is no president tomorrow, would you guarantee everything is going to be fine? No. He told reporters during a visit to areas affected by the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster. I will sign a decree about how the power in Belarus will be set up. If the president is shot, the next day the Security Council will get the power. Quote.
BBC report. COVID man arrested after infecting 22 people in Majorca. The 40-year-old is alleged to have continued to go to work and the gym despite having a cough and a temperature of more than 40 C, 104 F. He is said to have walked around his place of work in Majorca, pulling his mask down, coughing and telling colleagues he was going to infect them. 5 colleagues and 3 fellow gym goers later tested positive. Another 14 people, family members of the infected, also came down with COVID, including 3 one-year-olds.
CNN report. Japan's QAnon disciples aren't letting Trump's loss quash their mission. Hiromi spent most of her life feeling trapped. Growing up, the now 58-year-old Japanese acupuncturist felt pressure to conform to Japan's rules-based society, and to become a model worker and wife. She married young and had 3 children, but later divorced and says she still struggles to make ends meet. I'm sure some Japanese people question this way of life where we take the same crammed train at the same time. We get sucked into corporate life. It's like we don't think for ourselves. Instead, we follow someone else's outline for us. Quote.
BBC report. Zanzibar halts fishing as storm Jobo approaches Tanzania. Jobo has been downgraded from a cyclone to a depression but is still forecast to bring heavy rain and strong winds. It is due to hit the coast of Tanzania, including the biggest city, Dar es Salaam, on Sunday. Residents of coastal areas have been warned to avoid all travel. People in low-lying areas have been asked to move to higher ground. Zanzibar, a popular tourist destination, is a semi-autonomous archipelago in the Indian Ocean, about 80 kilometers, 50 miles, northeast of Dar es Salaam.
Fox report. Tennessee professor refutes racist label in flyers distributed by colleagues. A Tennessee Tech professor is refuting his colleagues' attempts to label him as a racist in flyers posted on campus. Faculty members Julia Gruber and Andrew Smith allegedly spread flyers on campus that said the school's Turning Point USA members and the chapter's faculty advisor Andrew Donadio were not welcome, according to Fox 17 Nashville. I'm not sure why they would decide to attack the students and myself and create an environment that's hostile to communication, that's threatening and intimidating, Donadio told Fox and Friends on Saturday, adding that his colleagues who posted the flyers are experts in English and knew exactly what they were doing.
CNN report. NYPD investigates attack on 61-year-old Asian man as possible hate crime. An assault that left a 61-year-old Asian man in critical but stable condition Friday night is being investigated by New York police as a possible hate crime. The man was approached from behind on an East Harlem corner about 20 minutes past 8 p.m., struck in the back and, after falling to the ground, kicked in the head multiple times, according to the NYPD. The victim's name was not released. The attack comes amid a surge in hate crimes against Asian Americans that prompted the NYPD to deploy undercover Asian officers on the streets in an attempt to stem the violence.
Deutsche Welle report. German president urged to withhold medal for Catholic bishop. He is now expected to receive Germany's top order of merit with star. What in Anglo-Saxon countries would be a knighthood? From Germany's president Frank-Walter Steinmeier. A group of sex abuse victims say that honoring marks in this way would render their efforts to shed light on church cover-ups valueless and absurd. Their representative Peter Bringmann-Henselder, himself a recipient of the Order of Merit with star, said he would hand back his own medal if next Friday's award to Cardinal Marx went ahead.
Fox report. Macron vows France will never give in to Islamist terrorism after deadly knife attack. President Emmanuel Macron of France vowed Friday that the country would never give in to Islamist terrorism after a police employee working near Paris was stabbed to death by a suspected extremist from Tunisia. The 36-year-old suspect, who was later shot dead by responding security officers, had shouted, "Allahu Akbar, God is greatest," during the attack and had scouted out the site, prompting France's anti-terror chief to launch an investigation, Reuters reported.
CNN report. Cryptic writing was found by police in the home of an ex-NFL player who fatally shot 6 in South Carolina. 9 firearms were found by officers at the home of Philip Adams. The man police say shot and killed 6 people at the home of a doctor in Rock Hill, South Carolina, on April 7. Search warrants released Friday by the York County Sheriff's Office also say numerous notebooks were located with cryptic writing with different designs and emblems in the former NFL player's home. Investigators say Adams killed himself after shooting drive.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.